Hey guys, welcome to the analysis for Monday. It is March 18th and it's around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, so these bars are getting pretty close to their end as we look at these daily bars. Today probably going to be a little bit shorter analysis as, mostly across the board this Monday was kind of a setup day. Not a ton of trade setups potential, a lot of gaps and filling of gaps. You may have noticed if you've been watching the charts. So we don't have a ton to talk about, but I think that just taking a look, kind of seeing how the market has started setting us up for this Monday is still going to be really valuable, and hopefully we'll get some really nice, clear, clean setups as we move into the market tomorrow and the day after. Alright guys, before we get into that, we'll just cover our news so we know what's ahead, and then we'll get back into the charts. Alright guys, so for news, 5:30 a.m. Eastern, we have pound news that hits. 6 a.m. Eastern, we have euro news that hits. And then 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we have Canadian news that hits. So that's pound, euro, and Canadian. Each of those have some red tag events coming tomorrow. Bank of England inflation letter is a tentative news announcement, and that one should definitely be interesting as well. So we do have some US dollar also hitting at 8:30. Excuse me for skipping that. That's building permits, and so that makes 4 currencies that have red tag events. I apologize for the confusion there, but 4 currencies: US, CAD, euro, and pound. Of course, all those are major currencies, and you want to pay attention to those news announcements as they can certainly have a large effect in the market with any type of deviation there. Alright guys, so that's your news. Alright guys, and then just to cover the terms, the daily analysis for educational purposes only. We're not registered or licensed to provide investment advice, so anything you hear is just our personal opinion, and we want to be very clear that we are just sharing our views of the market and not trying to tell you what to do with your money. Anything you do with your money is up to your own decision and responsibility. Alright, so if you need to read through that, please pause the video, take a look. We'll move back into our charts now. Alright, so again, some gapping today. You can see that the euro gapped right down into our next area. Not a huge surprise there. And basically just came up to fill the gap right in this area. You can see that our close was all the way up here and open down here. So to close the gap from close, price would have to move all the way back up to 130.83, but as far as the candle gap here, we're basically filling that now. So that is where the price sits now. Kind of some confusion there, and not really a great trade setup unless you're going to assume that this is going to come all the way up to fill the full gap here. But as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing in concrete that's telling me that's going to happen. So euro dollar just setting up for now, waiting to see what's going to happen, and wait for some more clear direction as the week continues. Alright, pound also just kind of stalling, not a major gap on the pound dollar, but you do see that we have not made a lot of ground on this Monday. Still looking like it wants to maybe fight its way up to this level up here. Those of you who got long a lot lower down here, probably in great trades, so I'd encourage you to continue to manage as well and look for this opportunity up at 52.78. Price is sitting on a little mini level here, not a major level, but still finding some support and looking to bounce higher as it appears. Again, it's the start of a new week. Things can shift. There's some news announcements. So if you're not in that trade already, then the dynamic kind of changes, and it's a matter of waiting to see if it gets up to retest here, looking for short, or if it's going to back down now. Maybe looking for a long with a break to go low. Either way, again, same type of thing, just waiting for the market to really set us up, and nothing as of now. Alright guys, interesting thing here with the AUD. We were making this move up. You can see here a lot of momentum from this zone heading upward. Gapped lower today, all the way down here, and then filled that gap immediately with some pretty nice bullish movement. So kind of, again, a little bit weird dynamic here with the chart because it's still completely bullish, yet price did not get to the previous close. But all things point to this AUD continuing and wanting to go higher despite the bearish gap. So this is something I've talked about for a while. There is some areas here, some support and resistance clusters that can provide a lot of trouble, but at the same time, this sideways market has stayed intact and has pretty much, every time it's gone down toward 102, has made a rebound all the way up toward this 105 area at the minimum, if not higher, into the trend line. So the bullish potential is still very much there, in my opinion, on the AUD dollar. Alright, euro pound, you can see finally did break out here. It happened to be on a gap though, so it's not exactly the type of break where you want, where price moves solidly through the area. Now retesting right back into this fib and close to filling the gap but not completely there. And so another area where it'll be interesting to see if we're getting a pullback right into this zone, or perhaps it's test and we're actually moving out of this area. Once again, just serving as a potential setup day this Monday, and not really a clear trade setup yet. So we'll wait and be patient, and further on in the week, hopefully we'll get a great opportunity there, like many of these other pairs. USDCAD is kind of similar to the AUD, except for the opposite, where it gapped up a little bit, but still actually moving bearishly. So 3 bearish bars in a row, even though we didn't actually go any lower than our close on Friday. Again, similar to the AUD, looks like it still wants to work its way into this zone. All things point toward bearish continuation as of now, but because it's a new week and things change and there's news for both US dollar and Canadian dollar, things can shift in a hurry. But technically speaking, we broke through this level, gapped right up near that area where it broke out of, but are still showing continuation toward the 101 area and lower prices in general. And it seems like the Canadian strength is holding up for now. Okay, guys, and I'll finish up with a USD yen today. The US yen, I think, is especially interesting because we have two kind of situational things here where we gap below right into a support area and then moved up. So this could be a potential where we're in this massive uptrend, pulled back finally into support, and now we're in great continuation and looking to go long. That's one. But the other issue is that we could have gone up. Because this was a gap, it might just be filling the gap here before actually continuing the down move, which of course is the opposite. And so I always say, I hate to tell you, it could go up or it could go down, but two very clear potentials here with price coming into support and making the possibility of setting up for a higher high, or really the reversal being legitimate here as it started turning down, and this just being a gap fill before moving lower. So with that being said, it's going to be important to stay tuned to the market tomorrow to see, maybe we get a retest and another move up. Maybe we start moving up right away. Maybe this is a break tomorrow. There's a lot of things that can happen, but no matter what happens, there should be a potential trade setup, and definitely something worth noting on that US yen. So that's what I pay attention to tomorrow. I think the US yen in particular has a very nice potential setup in the coming day or days, and that's what I'll be looking closely at, of course, along with a lot of the other pairs. But again, I think the US yen is especially interesting as far as possible setups. Alrighty, guys, and that's it for the analysis. I know we didn't cover a lot of great trading ideas today, but I think, again, what you need for trades is trade setups, and the market is starting to set up now, and could potentially give us a lot of opportunities before the week is over. Alright, so thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.